Hey everyone! So if you're into electronics or making cool gadgets, you've definitely heard of Arduino. But let's be real, you look at all the different boards out there and it's a lot. It can be kind of tough to figure out where to even start. So today we're going to dive in and explore the entire Arduino family to help you find the perfect board for your next big idea.
You know how it is. You get that spark, that amazing idea for a gadget. Maybe it's a self-watering plant, or a custom game controller, or even a crazy jacket with turn signals. You know you need a tiny little computer to be the brains of the operation, but which one do you choose?
For most people, the journey starts right here, with this iconic blue board, the Arduino UNO. It's the board that basically launched a million projects. But here's the thing you might not realize. The UNO is just the beginning. It's actually part of a huge, diverse family of boards, and each one is designed for a totally different mission. So, here's our game plan. We'll start with a quick look at what an Arduino actually is. Then we'll meet the classic boards, check out the tiny ones, get to know the heavy hitters, explore the really specialized boards, and finally, we'll figure out how you can choose the perfect one for you.
First up, let's just quickly get on the same page. What are the essential parts that make every single one of these boards tick? Well, at its heart, every Arduino really has three key parts. You've got the microcontroller, that big black chip right in the middle, that's the brain. Then there's a USB port, which is how you plug it into your computer to give it instructions. And finally, you have these rows of holes called pins. That's where all the magic happens. It's where you connect your lights, your sensors, your motors, all the fun stuff. All right, with the basics down, let's meet the two boards that are for most people the go-to starting points for just about any project.
And here it is again, the Arduino UNO. You know, UNO means one in Italian because this was the first board in a whole new series. It's the perfect all-arounder with just enough power and connections for thousands of different projects. Seriously, if you have no idea where to begin, you begin right here.
Now this is the Leonardo. It looks a lot like the UNO, right? But it has a secret weapon. It has a special chip that lets it talk to your computer and pretend to be a mouse or a keyboard. And that is a total game changer. Think about it. You could build your own custom flight simulator controls or a device that types your password for you. The possibilities are awesome.
But what if your project needs to be, well, tiny? What if you have to cram your electronics inside a little toy or a piece of jewelry? That's where the next group of boards comes into play.
And when we say small, we mean it. The size difference is just dramatic. On the left, you've got your standard UNO, and on the right, that tiny thing is an Arduino Mini. When every millimeter counts, these little guys are an absolute lifesaver. So in the small category, you've got three main players. The Mini is the absolute smallest, but you'll notice it doesn't have a USB port, so it's best for projects that are finished and you want to make permanent. Then there's the Micro, which is also super small, but does have a USB port, which is really convenient. And finally, the Nano. It's a huge fan favorite because it's small, but it's also designed to plug right into a breadboard, making prototyping super easy.
Okay, so we've gone small. Now let's go big. Sometimes a project is just so ambitious, so complex, that you need more of everything. More connections, more memory, just more power.
Say hello to the Arduino Mega. Look, if the UNO is like a compact car, the Mega is a minivan. It's for those projects where you need to connect a ton of different things. We're talking 3D printers, complex home automation systems, or big interactive art pieces with dozens of buttons and lights.
So, just how many connections are we talking about? A whopping 54. That's right, 54 digital pins for you to connect things to. That gives you a massive amount of room to let your ideas run wild. Next up in the powerhouse category is the Arduino Zero. This board is a really big leap forward. It's a 32-bit board, while most of the others, like the UNO, are 8-bit. Think of it like a highway. An 8-bit board has 8 lanes for data to travel, but a 32-bit board has 32 lanes. It's way faster and more powerful. But, and this is really important, the Zero runs at 3.3 volts, not the usual 5 volts. If you accidentally connect a 5-volt sensor to it, you could fry the board for good. So you have to be extra careful with this one. Okay, now we get to what I think is the most exciting part of the Arduino family. These aren't just general-purpose boards. These are highly specialized tools designed from the ground up to do one specific job and do it extremely well.
For any project you can wear, there's the Lily Pad. It's designed specifically for sewing into clothes. See those big silver pads around the edge? They're made to be stitched directly into fabric using conductive thread. This is how you build things like a glowing t-shirt or a jacket that plays music when you move.
Or what if you want to build your own game controller? Then you want the Esplora. It's basically an entire controller on a single board. It's got a joystick, 4 buttons, a microphone, a light sensor, all of it is built right in. It's ready for your gaming project right out of the box.
For anything related to the Internet of Things, there's the Arduino UNO. This thing is a beast. It's a hybrid board that has a regular Arduino microcontroller plus a second, much more powerful processor that can run a full version of Linux. That makes connecting your projects to the Internet incredibly powerful and flexible.
And finally, we've got the Arduino 101. This board is powered by an Intel chip, and it has 2 amazing features built in: Bluetooth Low Energy, so it can talk wirelessly to your phone, and a 6-axis accelerometer and gyroscope, so it always knows if it's being moved or tilted.
Wow. Okay. That was a lot of boards. So after seeing all of that, the big question is, how in the world do you actually pick the one that's right for your idea?
You know, it's actually pretty simple if you break it down. First, and this is the most important rule, always start with your project idea. Don't pick a cool board and then try to find a project for it. Second, make a quick list of everything you need to connect. How many sensors? How many lights? That'll tell you how many pins you need. Third, think about size. Does it need to fit into a tiny space? And finally, does it have any special requirements? Does it need Wi-Fi or Bluetooth, or does it need to pretend to be a keyboard? If you answer those 4 questions, you'll almost always land on the perfect board.
And the reason this incredible variety even exists all comes down to the core philosophy of Arduino. It's open source hardware. That means anyone on the planet is free to take the original designs, change them, and create their own brand new boards to solve new problems. It's a platform that is constantly growing and evolving, all thanks to the community's imagination.
So there you have it. You've met the whole family, from the reliable classics to the tiny powerhouses and the specialized experts. Now the only question left, and it's the most exciting one of all. With all of these amazing tools at your fingertips, what incredible thing are you going to create?